Okay.
Hello.
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 Oh my god.
Hello.
We're live.
We're live. Hello and welcome to Average It Girls. My second episode with my wonderful, beautiful friend, Geraldine.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy to be here.
Nice to have you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How's it going?
It's really good. It's a busy weekend, a busy week, busy start of the year.
It's been a year so far.
It's been a year.
Right? Love
And
it.
yeah, no, I feel like it's starting off crazy.
It is.
Like there's so much happening in the year already. And I'm excited for what's to come.
Same. I've just been sick.
Yeah.
Honestly. I've just been sick throughout the whole year. I finally went to yoga yesterday for the first time in fucking 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's been so good.
Yeah.
I really hated the whole I can't go anywhere. I can't do fucking laying in bed. I'm not made for that.
Yeah, you are a busy girl.
I am a busy girl.
But you are finally coming out of it and you're starting to get back to your new usual routine.
Yeah, finally. The thing is, so for everyone who doesn't know, I quit my job recently. So there's not really a routine there anymore, it's literally me finishing off my work there, and then from the 31st of Jan I'm just doing my own thing, and I have to find my routine again, my own routine. It's not guided by anyone or anything, or a job where I have to show up every now and then or whatever. It's literally, it's on me. And that's beautiful. That's also kind of it's exciting and anxiety inducing at the same time.
Yeah. It's every day is seize the day. You can do as much or as little as you want, or you feel like you have the capacity to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's cool, but it's also
yeah.
It's
about having that balance of discipline, but also knowing when to let yourself just be. Gauging that. But
yeah,
it seems like you have directions that you want to move down.
Yeah, I do.
And one of them being this podcast. Your new baby.
My new baby.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yes.
It's really cute. Yeah. It's boundaries and dedication this year. Hey, we're gonna get into that further later. Because we've been talking about New Year's resolutions a lot.
And more I have resolutions that I want to achieve. I'm not a big goal-orientated person. I used to be back in uni or that sort of time. But after reading Atomic Habits and yes, and looking at goals and how they're kind of redundant in a way, because you either A, achieve your goal and then are kind of left with, what do I do now? And then if you don't, B, you don't achieve your goal and you're kind of left with, well, fuck, I need to find something else to do. So rather than having a goal or overarching things that I want to do, a goal, I have directions that I want to move down this year and words that I want to focus on throughout this whole year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which is way smarter, I think.
Because you can't fail. There's no way to fail.
Okay, I had this conversation with my housemate Rini recently. So it was surrounding the whole fear of failure thing, which obviously we all have that. Everyone who says they don't have a fear of failure, fucking liars. There's just people liar.
You're lying.
You're lying to yourself and anyone else, everyone else. And I'm I'm fine with you lying to yourself. Just don't lie to me like that.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Don't do me dirty like that.
Literally. I hate being lied to. But I think So she was like, Sophie, you're so scared of failure that you can't commit to anything. And you can't, like, that was really wild. It was a really wild conversation. And it left me being like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks. So, like, literally.
She held a mirror up to you.
She did.
Wow.
She said, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you, but not in a good way.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There's everything.
It was wild. But yeah. So yeah, I get that. But also, I think sometimes being very clear on what you want and being very like, it makes you move into that direction only because there is nothing else to do. Like, you literally have to make it happen. And like at one point decide on one of the directions. But I also think that you generally tend to do that. Right? Like you start out with having multiple directions to go, like to kind of go down, like you go down like different roads and you check out the landscapes and whatever. And then at one point you're like, oh, but I like this one more than this one. So I'm just going to follow through with that. And I think that's a good way to like,
it's more flexible.
Yeah. Yeah. And it also leaves a lot of capacity and time and space for things to just happen. Because like, how often that, like, at least to me, it happens a lot that I don't really know where to go and what to do. And then opportunities just open up.
Yeah.
That was literally like, that's one of the reasons I'm here, as in Sydney, because I wanted to be here for 6 weeks and said, this is a great holiday destination. And then I said, actually, no. And I wanted to, so actually, when like 2 weeks before I arrived here, I had a like interview at a custom design master thing, and I didn't get the spot. And I heard about that like 3 days before coming here. And I was really bummed out at first. And then I was like, well, but it literally didn't work out so that I could be here right now. Like, so that I had the capacity to stay in Sydney and not having to come back to Berlin and doing that whole thing. Because obviously I'm pretty glad that I didn't go back to Berlin. I'm sorry.
Sydney's happy you're here.
Sydney's happy I'm here. Yeah. I'm sure Sydney's a fan.
Sydney is a fan.
For sure.
Hardcore fan. Hardcore fan.
Literally, my number one fan, Sydney. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. We just like went somewhere.
Went deep.
We didn't even really do the whole introduction. It says like introduction and so on, like how we know each other, blah blah blah.
We should do that.
But
or should we continue?
Jesus, I'm sorry. That's disgusting. That's me still being sick. Let's do a short intro thing. How do we know each other?
Well, we met through a party.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I was at this party and I was not even going to go, honestly. I was just not really feeling it. But I was like, fuck it, let's just go to this party. This opportunity doesn't come around often. And like I know some people here, so it's not that bad. And then I met you through our mutual friend and we just clicked in that moment. We just like started
right away.
Yeah, just started talking.
Literally.
And we just got each other. And I just felt like usually I have a good indication of if I like talking to someone, if I feel like energized from that conversation. Like if I feel drained after that conversation, I feel like I need to go home and have a nap. That's probably not a good friendship, but we just like riffed.
Yeah.
And ever since then, we've just been hanging out and like
all the fucking time. Literally
hanging out. I feel like we have very similar life views.
Yeah.
and very philosophical, very spiritual.
Yeah.
And like I love the way that you see the world and how like how you bring that view and open up that new view to me.
Yeah.
It's a new perspective and it makes me think more. And I already think a lot.
Mhm. So what
I
you're
think a
saying is I
lot.
get you to overthink.
Yeah. No, you get me to overthink in the best possible way.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
No, but that's literally like what I felt too, because I also didn't want to go. I was like, I was tired as fuck.
Yeah.
I
You had a big night.
I had a big night. I
Yeah.
didn't want to drink. I was like, I don't want to, what am I doing here? I also then had a big day.
Yeah.
Like I was up until like 5 and
Yeah.
then I woke back up at like 8 or something.
Yeah.
Went to yoga and then like I don't even know, walked around with Sash.
Yeah.
You guys
This
know
is an
Sash.
average day.
Average day in Sophie's life.
This is the average 9 to 5 day
Oh
for
my
Sophie.
God. Yeah,
Mhm,
literally.
mhm.
It was a Saturday though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The average Saturday.
Average Saturday. Yeah, kind of.
But no, like when we were at this party, I remember I was not in the right mind space, but I remember sitting with you on the veranda or the balcony.
Yeah.
And I just felt like this was a pivotal moment in like my life. Like I
Right.
had met someone really pivotal. Like I was in a TV show and this is like the best part of the episode of that episode, and you're meeting that really cool person. And I really hope everyone gets that opportunity to meet their Sophie
I'm crying.
and have that TV show moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like literally same. I think like we started talking about zodiac signs.
Yeah.
And I was just like, she's amazing. And then I think I saw you like 5 days later. Like I saw you again 5 days later. And then we like ever since then, I was just like, fuck. Like every time literally anything happens, I want to talk to you because yeah, as you said, like I can just reciprocate that. Your view on life, on the universe, on the world, on everything really is so amazing and so like so deep and beautiful.
But I feel like we're very good as well for holding space for each other. Like when you need to vent about something, I'm there to listen, and vice versa. Like I was at work and I was literally losing my mind, and Sophie calls me, and I really needed that. I really, really needed someone to hold me in that moment, and you gave me the space. And like I wasn't told what to do, but the opportunity to speak what I needed to say allowed me to clear my mind and make the decision for myself. And that's what I hope to do with all of my friends as well. Like, not to tell them what to do, but to be a sounding board.
Yeah.
And allow them to come to their own conclusion.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have helped me and held space for me. A million times since I met you, literally.
And like, I'll keep holding space.
Same.
The space is infinite.
Literally. Literally. It's like the love, you know? It's in abundance. Yeah. I just said love.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was writing like down the questions, I thought about our conversation we had on Friday. Where we were like having a little walk through Newtown, and we talked about love and like, and I'm not saying romantic love, I'm just saying love as an emotion. And I think we both kind of agreed on the fact that there should be more love in the world, and there's just not like, if everyone just loved each other a little bit more, that'd kind of be sick. So yeah, I was like, oh, let's go back in there a little, because that just
I remember saying that love is the most abundant matter of the universe, and I had just heard that, and then this conversation makes me think of like one of my favorite films, Interstellar. And that film,
I'd
when I first saw it the first time, I didn't get it, but ever since then, I've watched it multiple times over, and every time I watch it, I find something new about
Yeah.
it. And I think there's a part in the film where they talk about love being the only thing that transcends time and space. Like when her father was, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this film, which you should, stop.
Like, stop right now
and go
watch that film, come back.
And just like the love that she held for her father, even though they weren't in the same literal universe or like time and space, but that was the thing that transcended all.
Yeah.
And I can say that the same, like there's people in my life, not romantically, but people who are not in my life anymore, but I still hold that love for them, and that will stay with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, love is incredibly beautiful, and I think you said it as well on Friday, like how like you don't necessarily have to be in romantic love to love, and you don't need to like outwardly say it, but if you can accept it within yourself that you love someone.
Yeah. I feel like I don't need to say it most of the time. Like, it's my emotion. It has very little to do with the other person. It's just my emotion towards them. And I think it's, because like I also, I don't feel like I need to, like, I love telling my friends how much I love them. I love telling people how much I love them. I think it's great. I think more people should know how much I love them. Just because it can't make you feel bad, right? Like, knowing that you're loved is one of the most beautiful things ever. But also, it's kind of scary.
Like, no, I feel myself even like shying away from even thinking of love at times. I get scared of it, like thinking of someone I care about and thinking of that emotion associated with them. I get scared with maybe more of the idea of getting let down or like that love not being reciprocated. But it doesn't necessarily have to be reciprocated, which like is something that you practice. I think like you just let that be your thing. And if it isn't reciprocated, that's fine. That's on them. But that's something you can hold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think ooh, I read something today. Okay, I saw, and that made me also think about this conversation. And I was like, oh, I should read that out to you. So I saw this on Pinterest.
I love Pinterest.
I love Pinterest.
Tumblr girlies, now Pinterest girlies.
Am I still on Tumblr?
Forever a Tumblr girly, always a Tumblr girly.
Literally. Oh, I love Tumblr. It's so good. It's so uncalled for. Well, anyways, I saw this on Pinterest, and it said, I heard someone say, don't cross oceans for people who wouldn't cross a puddle for you, which I thought was good advice. But then someone else spoke up and said, no, do it. Do cross oceans for people. Love all people. No conditions attached. No wondering whether or not they're worthy. Cross oceans, climb mountains. Life and love isn't about what you gain. It's about what you give. And I changed my mind. And I fucking loved it. Like, I thought it was so good. Because
oh, sorry, continue.
Yeah, because that's literally the thing. Like, it's not about the other person. It's not about like, are you worthy of my love? Because it doesn't matter. It matters that I, like, if I have the spoons to give, I will. Because why wouldn't we? Like, why not? Like, that's just,
I feel like that speaks to me in the way of like treat people how you would love to be want to be treated. And like that's how it speaks to me in that sense. Like I love sharing food with people and like giving food to my neighbors, and I don't necessarily expect them to give it back to me, but I want to treat them how I would like to be treated. But I don't expect that from people.
I also think people have different ways of like showing their love or reciprocating their love. So if one of your ways is to like share food with your neighbors, maybe their way is to, I don't know, water your plants. Or something like that.
My neighbors will like, oh my God, okay. So my neighbors, I'm really bad at this. Like I don't like washing. Like I don't like
laundry.
I don't like laundry. Like I like putting the laundry in the laundry machine, but when it comes to taking it out and hanging it up and like folding it and putting it away, I'm just like I hate that. And so my neighbors, sometimes I'll leave my washing on the line. I'm that roommate or that tenant that will keep my washing on the line a little bit too late.
Same.
And they'll pick it up and they'll fold it and put it in the line. And I'm like, thank you guys. I'm like, thank you so much. I probably need to rewash this, but thank you. This has probably been out there 5 days too many.
Damn, like that's all. Shit.
It's because I forget. I forget it's out there.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I agree. Like, love can be displayed in many different ways. Like recently, my old coworker, she came to work again to say goodbye and have like one last lunch with us. And I left to go on a walk, and I came back and she had left a book on my table, and it was like a book on mascots because I'm like I illustrate, like do little illustrations. And she wrote me a little letter saying, I thought of you and I can't wait to see like these big things happen for you. Like I can't wait to see the big things that will happen for you. And like not only did she buy me a book, but writing that, I was like, I felt so touched. Oh my God. And I attribute so much of like my career to her. Yeah. But yeah, love can be shown in many different ways. And I love when people give me books.
Same.
Yeah. Or lend me a book. Yeah.
Oh my God, I still need to give you The Alchemist.
Yeah.
Remind me
Please,
later.
please. Yeah. My house is filled with books. I have to give you a book too.
Right.
Yes. Book exchange.
Amazing. Perfect. What is that's literally question number 2. So that's how far we are. Question number 2. 22 minutes in.
This is good though. This is content.
It's content.
Yeah.
Let's go. What's your love language?
Ooh.
Like, you know, the like 5 love languages.
Yeah. So if we're speaking specifically of the 5 love languages, for me, it's words of affirmation. Yeah. Like I adore being told if I'm doing a good job. Like not necessarily like having my partner tell me like I look good or like what I said was interesting.
Whatever, yeah.
But even like people at work, like if they say, you did a really good job.
Yeah.
And like, or they specifically pull something out about me and say it to me, I will hold on to that and I'll replay that in my mind.
Yep.
And I love that. But yeah, with the opposite, my least favorite love language would probably be like physical touch with people I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like maybe that's.
But
I
mean,
given.
That's also like not a love language because I don't love you. Like I don't fucking know you.
I don't know.
Who are you?
I don't know you like that. Don't touch me.
Why are you touching me?
Don't touch me.
Why are you in my personal space?
My love language is words of affirmation.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Same.
Yeah.
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 Well, I also think like I want all of them. I don't know. I'm like, why do I have to like decide?
But if you had to pick one, it would be.
So the test also says words of affirmation is number 1. And with a full total of 0%, my last one is gift giving.
Yeah. Wow.
And I mean, I like gifts.
You like giving gifts or you don't like receiving gifts?
I love everything about gifts. I think gifts are sick. Like, give me gifts. I think that's beautiful. I just don't think like everything else is just so much cooler. You know?
Yeah, I would adore a handwritten note.
Oh, for sure.
Would keep that forever.
But I also kind of see that more as an act of service and or a word of affirmation.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of them can blend into each other.
Yeah, for sure.
And blend into each other, basically.
Let me the same.
Let me reiterate my point with the same words.
Nice.
Yeah.
Literally me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah. No, I think you can love in like so many different ways. I can't speak. I'm tired.
Okay.
Ways. And like show your love in so many different ways. It's honestly mad. Like I see how I show my love in like the smallest things sometimes. Like, I don't know. It's like, I recently thought about it when I called my housemate to ask her if I could bring her a coffee. And I was like, oh, like that's an act of love. Like that's an act of service. And I know that her love language is acts of service. So she's gonna like really love me doing that for her. And then at the same time, I also have a lot of conversations with her about love languages, because her and my love languages are very different. So her first one is acts of service, and her last is physical touch. And like that also means that if she's sad or mad or whatever, she doesn't want to be touched. Which is like, I come from a family of huggers. Like we love hugging people. So if someone's sad, my first instinct is, let me hug that person, or like let me like touch that person in any way, shape, or form, and just be like, hey, I'm here for you. But obviously people don't like that. And at the same time, she also knows it doesn't help me that like if I'm sad, it doesn't help me if she brings me like a tea. I'm like, okay, cool, what, I didn't want a tea, like I didn't ask for this. So she knows that saying something would help, because my love languages are words of affirmation. And it's just really beautiful to go through, like to understand that about people in your life and people that you love, because then you can also understand how to show the people you love your love in a way they can really appreciate, I reckon.
Agreed. No, my mum's love language is acts of service, and she'll just do things for me, and I'm like,
you don't have a hat.
Yeah, no, literally, when I moved out of my house, my mum, I feel like this is such a poetic moment, but it's also such a mum moment. And my mum was really like upset. Like she was dealing with the emotions of having her first child leave the nest. And we had moved in. We spent all day moving. And at the end of the day, just slyly.
Sorry, there's water on me.
No.
Continue.
At the end of the day, she was leaving, and she was like, okay, I guess I'll just leave, like classic Latina mom. Just being like, I guess you don't need me anymore. This is the end. And I was like,
Mom,
can we not leave on a good note? And I was upset and she was upset. But as she was leaving, she was like, you don't have a hat. And I'm like, I'm indoors. I don't need a hat. But she literally took off the hat off her head and she gave it to me. And that like broke me. Like when she left, I was just like crying, because it felt like such a poetic moment, but also such a like really like surreal moment.
Weird.
Yeah, it's such a weird moment. Like
okay, thanks, Mom. I guess.
And I don't know where that hat is right now. Sorry, Mom.
we went looking for it the other night.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we went looking. We were like, is it?
Yeah, like looking around.
No,
I don't really like stuff. Like I try and get rid of my stuff. I mean, I have a lot of stuff, but I try not to accumulate.
That's smart.
Because I want to move overseas. Maybe one day. So I'm thinking of future me.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Now, but I also, so in my head, your mom just like threw the hat on the floor in front of her. She's like, you don't have a hat. And just throws it.
And it was like the least like sun safe hat. It was like a visor. So like my scalp would be burned.
Not
like
helpful.
Yeah,
Mom.
literally.
Yeah.
Not even like a huge brimmed hat. No.
Right?
No.
It's literally like a base cap.
Yeah.
Without a base, though.
My scalp will be fried.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Yeah. Damn. I don't really understand, like, I mean, I reckon it's like great for tennis or whatever, but...
Yeah, I know, right? I don't get it either. But in that moment, she said, you need a hat. And she gave me that hat.
Well, that was the only hat she had.
Yeah, she gave me the hat off her head.
Exactly. That's really cute.
It is
That's so
sweet.
lovely. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
I do wear hats now, don't worry.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But Sophie's hat game is on point.
Well,
Always on point.
I have 2 hats.
Yeah, but like you're always on point.
Thank
with the
you.
2 hats that you have.
Yeah.
In rotation.
Well,
Working hard.
I need more hats, honestly.
Yeah, we need to get you a cowboy hat to match the cowboy shoes.
Right. That'd be sick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I also just want more like base caps. I feel like,
yeah,
I slay base caps.
You do.
Yeah.
You suit the base cap.
Yeah. I also feel like today I'm kind of giving farmer with the little like pigtails.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I just put a lot of oil in my hair.
Yeah.
That's why I just like I
No,
had to
smart.
do something with it.
Smart.
Yeah, right. Anyway. Alright. So that's on love.
That's on love.
That's on love.
And that's on love.
That's on love. Let's continue with the topic of self-love. Because that's even greater. Loving someone else is loving yourself. It's pretty cool.
In order to like give love, I mean, like it's hard to there's like this saying that goes, in order to love someone else you have to love yourself, but you can't. It's such a hard saying to live by, because you can't always love yourself, and you can't always love every aspect of yourself.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine to not always love yourself.
I think it's also like, if you think about loving other people, there is some parts of people where you're like, oh my god, you annoy the living shit out of me when you do this and that, you know? And how would it be different with yourself? Like, of course there is parts of me I don't fucking like. Like, I'm annoying as shit sometimes. Sometimes I'm literally sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, Sophie, can you please grow a brain? Like, literally develop a full brain, please. But it's also, yeah, I think it's okay to not like to accept the parts of yourself that you can't really love, and then you'll get there at one point, I guess. Yeah. I also apparently have an unsettlingly big ego.
Yes, apparently.
Apparently, that's problematic.
Unsettling big ego.
Yeah.
Wild.
Right.
And like,
that was great.
Because you asserted yourself, and that's why you have an unsettling ego.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess people just can't handle it.
No, I think people just don't really love
being challenged
or being told they're doing something wrong. Or like, yeah. And then also men just don't like it when, so misogynistic men don't like it when women have a mind of their own.
And challenge them.
Exactly.
And challenge the norm, and doesn't just go with it.
Yeah. So explanation for that. A man recently slid into my DMs to tell me that I have an unsettlingly big ego, and it's not hot. And I was like, well, okay. And all of that like originated in me not wanting to sleep with them, and I just thought that was really funny. It was also a bit weird and hurtful, because it's like, what the fuck? I'm literally just existing. What do you want from me? Do I have a god complex? Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
A little bit.
Just a little.
But I'm very like Greek mythology in my god complex. Like, I believe I'm not the only god. I'm just one of many. And like the other ones are like all my friends. I'm not like the one and only god. Yeah. I'm just one of them, you know? And I think it's pretty sick to live your life that way. Honestly. Yeah. I think it's cool. Yeah. And if that makes my ego unsettlingly big,
just can't handle it. You can't
I
handle
guess.
the ego.
Yeah. Go cry about it, I guess. Well, my answer was suck a dick, Kyle. Peace and love, though. Have a great life.
Peace and love.
And then I blocked him, so that was good. Yeah, I like that. It was a good conversation to have. I was glad that it ended.
It ended on your terms, which is most important. You didn't continue to entertain it.
For what? To be told some more like apparent truths about me?
Yeah.
Nah. Thank you. I don't need that kind of self-awareness.
No. Kyle, thanks. Bye. We're done.
Suck a dick, Kyle.
Suck a dick, Kyle.
It was really funny. I loved it. It was really hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we got to move this along. We are getting to your big trip in a second.
Yes.
And because I think that's part of the whole New Year's resolutions conversation, let's do the New Year's resolutions bit first.
Yes.
Because, okay.
Speed round.
A speed round. We're doing ins and outs. Oh my God. This is so dumb. It's not a lot.
That's okay.
On my list.
We can do one at a time.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have, so first of all, we talked about having words for this year rather than like full resolutions. What are your words?
Ooh, I have quite a few words because I couldn't pick on one.
Yeah, neither.
So mine are radiate, community, expand, adventure, serenity, and surrender. And I guess surrender would also be like maybe, like it's not one word, but radical acceptance. That's just like a mind frame that I constantly go back to.
Yeah.
Like I've had some things happen, like some crazy things happen, and rather than fighting the moment, I just accept it for what it is, and it just helped me get through it. Yeah. So surrendering myself to the moment.
Sick.
So yeah.
I want all of them too.
Yeah, you can adopt them.
I want all of them.
Yeah, control paste.
Plus also, so my 2 words were boundaries and dedication. Yeah. And I think, so we talked about that a bit on Friday. I think boundaries is just like, I notice how I would go like to lengths for other people.
Yeah.
And forget myself in the middle of it and just be like, because like if people are important to me, I would literally do whatever for them, like literally.
Yeah.
And I just noticed that sometimes I don't have the capacity for that. Sometimes I don't have the time for that. And sometimes I actually don't really want to.
Yeah.
And I noticed that it doesn't do me any good. And I just need to learn how to assert myself and set my boundaries. And yeah, that's one of the things I'll learn this year.
Create a safe space for yourself.
Create a safe space for myself. To be fair, my ins and outs list is kind of contrary to that right now.
No, that's all good.
Yeah, and dedication. Well, there's a lot of shit I got to do this year, and I think there is some dedication and discipline.
Time to be disciplined.
Yeah.
Sophie's disciplined.
That's gonna be wild.
So maybe you read out your ins and I'll read out my ins.
Okay. Shall we do I read one, you read one?
Okay.
So my first in is doing things for the plot.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mine is reading and finishing books.
I think the finishing books is a thing for you.
Yeah. I read many books, but I don't finish any of them. So I want to see things to the end.
Nice. Very good. So next one is chaotic good.
Chaotic good? What do you mean? Like, elaborate.
Like, when things, I think it goes in with the, like, doing things for the plot. Like, things are, like, I'm a very chaotic person. My life is pretty chaotic. But sometimes I do things that are chaotic and it's just way too chaotic and I don't know how to like fuck it, we ball myself out of there. And I think there's chaotic good though. That's just like, it is chaotic, but so is life. Um, so yeah, just like that's the energy I want to surround myself with is like, oh yeah, it's chaotic, but it's amazing. Yeah.
Mine is dating with intention. So
nice.
To go on dates, and I mean go on dates, see the person, but not to keep things going if I don't see it going anywhere or I don't see us gelling or there's any chemistry. I mean, I'll give them give it a chance.
Yeah.
But not to just do things for the sake of doing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it also links in with knowing what you want out of it before you go there?
Yeah, I think so. Having like a general framework of what I want, but I think the more I go on dates as well, the more you learn of what you want and what you don't want and what you expect and things like that. But yes, not to linger around in things that don't serve me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
My next one is dinner invites.
Dinner invites?
Yeah, I want to invite more people to dinner. And
yeah. Do you mean dinner to your house?
Yeah, like make food.
Okay. Sophie is a fucking amazing cook. Like, she made this potato thing, and I've never had potatoes like this before. Like, it was so crunchy and soft, like potato on the inside, and spinach and cheese, and it was incredible. Like,
thank you.
I want the recipe when we're done.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I literally need the recipe.
It's ottolenghi.
Yeah.
Fucking king.
King
literally. Yeah, I think I just don't cook a lot for myself. And I think, but I like cooking and I want to get like back into into cooking more. And it's really funny because I really love, like I've loved this. So my way of paying the people back that do the podcast with me is making food for them and like wining and dining them. Yeah. There's never wine involved, to be fair, because I think I would be obnoxious if I was drunk on a podcast. Like shit. There is a podcast, one podcast episode, it's in German though, with me and Honey, because we wanted to start a podcast together. And I got drunk, so I started drinking like a glass of wine. And I don't know why, but I was so drunk by the end of it and I had to edit it. And I was like, fuck, I can't do this. It's just so annoying.
It wasn't salvageable?
No, I was so annoying. I just talked so much bullshit. Like, ugh. I'm like, oh my God, is that me when I'm drunk?
So whining and dining minus the wine.
Exactly.
But dining.
And
I honestly think that's a great trade-off.
Right?
That's a really good trade-off.
Yeah. Think so too. Yeah.
Okay, so now outs.
Do you have more ins?
I have more ins. Okay.
Go on.
So looking after health. That's so like vague. Creating and sharing. So I want to create more but also share more on social media, just as a way of documenting my work. I think I haven't shared anything in quite a long time and I kind of want to break that dry spell.
Nice.
And just get into the swing of sharing, because it's the greatest way for other people to find your work.
Yeah. And for sure.
It's like a little portfolio. So I want to do more of that this year. So I've been creating a lot. I just need to press the share. And
that's sick.
More community, more meeting people and making friends. And I feel like already that's starting out. I'm really strong with that.
Yeah.
And this one is very vague as well. Learning.
Educating myself.
More tutorials, more WikiHow.
WikiHow, let's go. I love WikiHow.
I think I meant in terms of like, because I live in an area where there's an abundance of classes. So I want to take up the fact that there are so many classes and go to more of them and change my routine. Like maybe go to a pottery class or more
yoga.
If you
go to a pottery class, hit me up.
Yes, please. Yeah, pottery class.
Yeah, I want to be a pottery girly.
Pottery girlies. Okay.
Yeah. Fun fact about the vague So about the Instagram and like social media sharing stuff thing, and also about the looking after health. I'm shadow banned on Instagram right now.
What do you mean?
I'm shadow banned. Like,
how do you? Because like people can't see your.
People can't see my stuff except for like my followers. But like new people, like it won't be like shown on like the For You feed thing and whatever.
Oh, that's how shadow banning works.
Exactly.
Oh.
And the reason for it is because I said in my Insta story, like at one point, like in November, I said that I wanted to buy health insurance in 2026.
Is that it?
And yeah, I'm like, I want to look after myself in 2026. Okay. Like in 2 years from now, I'm doing the adulting stuff.
Yeah.
And they shadow banned me because they're scared of me. Like,
they don't want you to like promote things if you're not like disclosing.
They don't want me to promote infused big snooze.
Infused big snooze.
Self-infused big final snooze.
Oh!
Yeah.
The big snooze.
The big snooze. They're like, I'm like, that's the exact opposite. I want to look after myself.
I don't want to go into the big snooze.
I really don't. I really
We're trying to avoid that this year.
I am, yeah.
Oh, wow. Is that like your rationale?
No, that's what they say.
Oh, that's what they told you.
No, they framed it differently, but I'm really scared that someone else is going to shadow ban me.
They literally use the big snooze in their banning. They're like, we are scared of you using the big snooze.
Big snooze button.
The big snooze button.
No.
The final snooze.
Big final snooze. Can't do that.
Oh my god. But yeah. I rate the idea of getting health insurance. I don't have it personally.
I gotta get it.
I need to get involved in that.
Yeah. Let's look at some options together.
Yeah, please. Maybe there's a 2-for-1 deal. Maybe.
Okay, if anyone has great health insurance ideas in Australia, hit us up. We're pretty broke.
I don't make the cap of like what is needed, I think.
No, I don't even have a job right now. Like,
so suggestions are very much welcome.
Very welcome. Okay, out.
Okay, catastrophizing.
Nice. Getting shit-faced.
Ooh, yeah. That ties into the health insurance.
Exactly. Not big snoozing.
Okay. People pleasing.
Doom scrolling.
Ooh. And overworking.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's it for me.
Same.
Okay. So we've done words of the year, ins and outs. Yeah. And what is up next?
So I think, and I thought like I was pretty sure that something was gonna link into that a bit more. But you got a trip planned.
Yeah, I think it also links to my words of the year.
That's true.
Surrender. So yes, I have.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I have a trip planned this year.
Like a trip.
A trip.
Like a trip and a trip.
Like a literal trip. Let me elaborate. So, December last year, I came to the conclusion that I wanted to go to Peru. I'm Peruvian. And I wanted to go and do ayahuasca. Ayo, baby. Ayahuasca. Mother Ayahuasca was calling me.
Yeah.
No, but I've been interested in ayahuasca for quite some time. And I think I had the final push last year where my mental health was at an all-time low. Even though I was doing everything right, I was taking antidepressants. I was going to a psychologist. I was writing. I was reading self-help books. Like 80% of my books are self-help. And I listen to self-help podcasts. I do everything. But I just got to a point where it felt like all of these things were band-aiding the issue at hand. And I needed to go deeper. And I needed to find out what was the root cause of all of this internal turmoil. And I thought ayahuasca would be an interesting way to go deeper than the surface and go to the core. So yeah, I booked a trip in December really quickly, and after booking the trip, my mum was like, "You don't have a passport." And so ever since then, I've been doing all of these like admin work, like getting a passport, going my yellow fever jab, and also part of going and doing this retreat, I had to do a medical exam. So I had to do an ECG, a blood test, a chest X-ray, and some other medical things. So it's cost me quite a lot of money. But you know what? The positive out of all of this is I know my blood type, and I'm
And
O
I still don't know
positive.
mine.
I've gone my whole life without knowing, but I am O positive. So if anyone is from the O clan, we can like share blood. I think I don't know how
Beautiful.
that works, but like
Honestly.
I don't know if we can share blood. I think I can give blood, but I can't receive blood. But anyway,
Well, I mean, you can, but
yeah.
it's very. I don't. I snoozed through biology class. Fuck.
No idea.
I was really good at physics. No clue about biology.
So yeah, coming back to the word of the year, surrender. So with ayahuasca, it's a root that's mixed with a root that's mixed with leaves. Anyway, biology not my thing, but it's DMT.
Stuff.
It's stuff. And you go. I'm wanting to go to Peru because I want to go to the root. Going to the roots of it and go and be with the people that practice this, the shamans, the indigenous people, and pay my respect to it. I've heard that you can do this in Australia. I'm pretty sure it's illegal here, but I don't want to do it here just for the sake of doing it. I want to go and learn from these indigenous leaders and spiritual leaders and go to the place that it originated from.
And I mean, also the place you originate from.
Yeah, my heritage.
Yeah.
So this is the motherland for me.
Yeah.
So
Mothership.
I'm going to the mothership. So yeah, I'm taking ayahuasca 3 times in 1 week. I think it's spread over a few days. So the first night apparently is the most harrowing because it's when you die. It's when
ego death.
So it's when the part of your brain that holds the ego switches off and you die for a moment. It can feel like you're dying.
Sorry.
You can feel like you're dying, but when the ego comes back alight in your brain, it comes even brighter than when it went off. So to me, yes, it's an ego death, but I am also calling it my brain's factory reset.
That's what it's so A. It says number 5, ayahuasca, brain factory reset. And B, in my calendar, the time you're gone is literally, it's like, geez, brain factory reset.
Yeah. I'll come back with a new brain, basically.
Love it.
So yeah, the first night, really scary. Second night, hopefully, will be when you feel the most intense love. But the thing is, you can't really know how it's going to be like. You just have to surrender yourself to the situation. Let ayahuasca take you where you need to go, and it will show you what you need to see. So you can go there with an intention, but don't be so fixated on having the intention fulfilled or having too high of expectations. So for me, it's like my intention very vaguely is to be enlightened and lightened, to find new ways of thinking, but also to leave the things that don't serve me anymore, or find ways to come to peace with things that I have battled with over years with mental health. So yeah, that's very vaguely what I intend to do, but I think I'll go into detail with the shaman. But yeah, so in between that, there'll be times of like volunteer work and philosophy lessons and learning about like indigenous philosophy.
Sick.
So yeah, I'm telling everyone that what I'm doing, and some people don't understand, and they
don't have to.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
Like, I don't. If people want to judge me, they can judge me. Like I don't care.
They will anyways. You
yeah,
know?
Yeah. Whatever I do, I will be judged. You cannot please everyone. But I know that I'm making a decision for myself, and I've told the people most dearest and close to me what I'm doing, and like I don't need their permission as well, but just so that they know when I'm not like contactable for 7 days that I'm not dead.
Why. Yeah. Because you're not hanging out with family in fucking Peru.
I'll be in like the mountains.
Yeah. Probably no reception.
Yeah, no reception.
And like, you also don't want reception, right?
I don't want anything. I don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
I just want to factory reset and come back rebooted. I wonder what I'll be like.
Oh my god. I'm like, we already talked about this, but she's going to be back on the podcast.
Yeah.
After. So we have a little feedback round, a little feedback session. It's going to be great. Back. Yeah. Yeah, so sick. Love that. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see where it goes. Just surrender myself to the situation.
Yeah.
And let it guide me.
Yeah. Going there with a full suitcase of shoes.
Yeah. Yes. So every time we go to Peru, one of us has to take things for other relatives. And I'm packing as light as possible for myself. So I'll be taking a backpack.
Yeah.
So my luggage is like free range. Like anyone who wants me to take something, they can take. So I'm taking like several pairs of shoes for relatives and also vitamins. Like they want me to take fish oil tablets. I don't understand.
B12.
Yeah. Apparently it's a lot cheaper here, but I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's causing a lot of conflict in family. I'm like, look, I'll take your vitamins. Like, if you really want me to take your vitamins, I'll take your vitamins.
If you really need fish oil, I will bring it to you to the other side of the world. No problem. That's
I'm just going through customs. They're like, what is it? I'm like, it's
shoes
and fish oil. literally just
nice.
that. I promise you, sir. I promise. I literally
swear. I swear. Oh my god. It's gonna be so, like, I'm so intrigued by it.
Yeah, I mean, people ask me, are you scared of vomiting? Or like, I mean, like, you could vomit quite a lot, or you could like have diarrhea. And
I mean, you actually should.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the idea.
The idea is to purge.
Yeah.
And purging it's a way of getting rid of all this negative energy within yourself. And I'm not necessarily scared of the idea of purging.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if I have to do it, I'll do it. I'm not going to like fight it and be like, I'm just going to hold it in. But yeah, also prior to going, I have to follow a very strict lifestyle and diet change. So for diet, I can't have salt, pepper.
You can't have salt?
Yeah, no, I can't have salt.
Starting tomorrow?
I think the week before. So 2 weeks I have to have like a slightly less strict, and then a week before it gets more strict. So generally across the 2 weeks, no salt, pepper, blue cheese, specifically blue cheese.
The other one's okay.
Yeah, all the other cheese are okay. Not super sweet fruits, no ice, no red meats.
Okay.
And lifestyle changes, no cannabis, no weed, no hard drugs, no drinking. So no meth, no cocaine, no all of my weekends are shot.
That's so sad. Damn it.
My one recreational way of like getting like chill.
Fucking coke.
No coke, literally.
No coke.
So yeah, no coke.
No cat.
No nothing. So yeah, no drugs.
We're joking, by the way.
Yeah. To my employer.
Also, for real, we're joking.
Yeah.
We're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. So yeah, no alcohol, no drugs, but then also no sexual activity with yourself or other people. And
I love how you framed that.
Yeah. No sexual activities. So you have to abstain, and I've Googled the word abstain to really know what that means, and there is no room for like you can't do these things. And I think
great, thanks. There's no wiggle room.
There is no wiggle room.
Just
yeah, there is no wiggle room. And someone was asking me, but like, what if you just do these things? You don't have to tell the people that you did these things.
Yeah,
but
well, that's not the idea. You're not doing it for other people.
That's exactly it. I was like, well, yes, I could do these things and not tell anyone and go and do this thing, but that's not the point. And the whole point of this, like, lifestyle and dietary change is a matter of respect. Respecting what you're about to do and respecting ayahuasca, because a lot of people, especially from the Western world, who had money or have money, go to Peru and they do ayahuasca, but they don't go and do the right things, or they don't go to the right people. And ayahuasca is my coworker said, it's a drug, but it's also a medicine.
Yeah.
To indigenous people, it's a medicine. To the Western world, it's a drug. And when you have this drug, you are not in your body anymore. You are reaching another level of consciousness. And if you are reaching another level of consciousness, and the shaman is supposed to guide you throughout that, and if they don't guide you properly, you can lose your mind and be stuck in this fifth world dimension. So it's really important. Like, that's where psychosis comes into this.
Yeah.
So yeah, doing this lifestyle and dietary change is a matter of respect.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of conserving your energy.
Yeah.
Because I've seen documentaries or people describe their experiences of ayahuasca and having horrible experiences, but that's only because they flouted the rules and they didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
And maybe some people don't take it seriously because they're not ready to be faced with extremely hard truths.
Yeah. I also think, since you said to the Western world it's a drug, people see it as a drug.
Yeah.
And a drug isn't something we like. A drug is like doing coke in the bathroom of a club.
Yeah.
Like, that can be like, that's a drug.
Yeah.
You don't have to prepare yourself for it. Like, you don't prepare yourself for it. Drugs mostly aren't recreational, or like aren't thought of as something that's recreational. And I think, that's literally it, right? It's like it's a respect for the culture, respect for the substance, respect for yourself thing, to say, okay, those are the requirements for me to be able to fully do this thing. So I will.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to, like, to be fair, 2 weeks of like no drugs and alcohol and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's
really
kind
not
of
that
okay.
It's
like,
not
it's
a big
that
deal.
bad.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But
I think the salt kind of sucks.
Yeah. I know.
I don't know.
I love salt. Like, I put salt in
course.
everything. Like, if there's salt, I'm going to add salt. But
Of course.
I found ways to manage. Like, just because I don't have salt does not mean that I am without flavor. So I've been substituting a lot of salt for herbs. So I've been having a lot of like parsley and basil and mint in my food.
Nice.
And I think it's probably a really good detox, because I eat so much salt that my body is probably like, please stop.
I'm dehydrated all the fucking time.
When will she stop? No more salt, no more pepper.
No more pepper.
Not the pepper.
Not again.
Not again.
Can you do chili but not pepper?
I think I have to avoid all things that overstimulate. Like,
oh yeah, that checks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about it's about okay,
so
grow a brain.
It's like conserving your energy. Like, conserve your energy in every aspect that you can. So also, you shouldn't get into arguments with people.
It's like, sorry guys, I really can't have this argument right now. I'm gonna do hard drugs next week.
Like, I'm at work and I'm faced with like some really important issues. Like, I can't deal with this. I have to conserve my energy. I have ayahuasca coming up.
I gotta go lie down now.
I just don't want to be that person that comes back to work and then they're like, she's better than us. Like, she thinks she's better than us. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that. That's not my intention. Like, my intention is for myself.
But maybe you are better.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but like,
it's like, well, I mean, did you do this? No, exactly.
Did you die and come back alive? Did you have an ego death?
Literally me after walking up like a fucking mountain in Nepal. I was like, I mean, yeah, you're kind of cool, but like, did you walk up 5,100 meters?
Yeah.
Didn't think so.
But yeah.
Unsettlingly big ego.
But you should be proud of that. That's fucking incredible.
Yeah,
I would love to do a hike like I also know other people who are like, why when I go overseas traveling, I don't want to go and have an ego death. I don't want to go and like do an 11-day hike. I want to be in a hotel. I'm like, I can do that any day.
Well,
I can go like anywhere and do a hotel. I
I
can't
can
do
go
this
to
shit.
yeah, I can go to fucking I don't know. I don't even have to go to Byron Bay, bro. I can fucking get an Airbnb in Manly.
Yeah.
And just hang out there.
Yeah. When I go
Like-
overseas, I want to have a life-changing, altering experience, a near-death experience.
Exactly.
I want to be reborn.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's me.
Traveling's a bit too expensive to not feel like you're dying all the time while doing it, honestly.
If I'm going to go overseas, I'm going to make it worth it.
Exactly.
It's going to be worth it.
Yeah, duh.
So yeah, this time, what day is it?
The 14th.
So yeah, this time next month, I will have completed my ayahuasca journey, and then maybe next year will be San Pedro. I think that's San Pedro, like, or maybe
maybe you'll just start smoking DMT. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, people say that they're like, you're gonna come back and get into hard stuff. I'm like, I don't think so. No, that's not it.
No,
but no,
the idea is to be recreational about shit.
Yeah,
like, maybe you'll be like more into shrooms or something.
Potentially,
I could see
potentially. But I also don't like any substances. Like, I don't like being controlled by anything. I mean,
yeah,
I could probably say that's not true, but like,
well,
we all have vices. We all have vices.
Yeah. I'm nothing but a girl.
Yeah, nothing but a girl.
Nothing but a
we
teenage
all have
girl.
those days. We all feel those ways.
Exactly.
But yeah. So yeah, what's up next?
It's actually the whole wrapping up thing.
Oh, yeah, we're done.
Yeah, I mean it's been an hour.
Yeah.
So, by the way, my friend Tanima told me that it should be 35 minutes max because no one wants to listen to me for more than 35 minutes.
So you got some cutting down to do.
I won't.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tanima.
We're getting the raw experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I literally won't cut any of this out, I think.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's perfect as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's okay. I'm very sorry. It's a very long episode. It is funny though.
Yeah, we got everything that we need to say out.
Yeah, just listen to it in 1.5 speed.
Yeah. I can't function without 1.5 speed.
Oh my god, yeah. I am too ADHD to listen to things without 1.5 speed.
Like all my TikToks 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
That's like my attention span.
I don't have an attention span, honestly.
Yeah.
I can't. Like voice memos 1.5 speed. But then sometimes people speak so fast and I'm like, oh, okay. You're already speaking in double time, bro. Like how would I
You need like 1.5. No.
Like 1.25?
1.25.
I think YouTube has that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for having me.
First.
Yes.
What's your favorite song?
Ooh, my favorite song.
Can be right now.
Okay.
Can be of all time.
I have a favorite song of December, of summer.
Ooh, summer.
Yes. So my favorite band is Khruangbin. And my favorite song of the summer is Dairabi.
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce this. Do you know how to pronounce that?
No.
Birux Farka Toure. I'm really bad at pronunciation.
Farka Toure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think.
I only know. So it's by Khruangbin and it's this collaboration. And that song is the song of summer for me.
Fun fact.
Yes.
de Face was my song of today.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was a gardening song, honestly. That's really cute. Yeah.
Good gardening song.
Good gardening song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking about what's my song of the summer. Okay. Cloud Bursting, Kate Bush.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's great.
Song of the summer.
Yeah. Yeah. I love summer.
It's
been pretty good.
It's been a good summer.
Except for the past 14 days that I've spent being...
Well, it's not over.
Sick.
It's not over.
Well, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm only doing summer this year. I'm doing summer, and then I'm going to Europe, and I'm doing summer, and then I'm coming back, and I'm doing summer.
Year of summer.
Exactly.
You're chasing the summer.
Literally. Endless summer.
Endless summer.
Never ending.
Sophie's endless summer.
Oh, fuck, I love it. I never want to do winter again, except for when I can go skiing.
That's when you know, like my friend was like, that's how I know I will be successful in life if I never have to experience winter. I just have to chase the summer wherever I go. Like that is a very like crazy thing to be able to do.
Well, it is, yeah.
But
it's
Sophie's
mad.
year of summer.
Sophie's year of summer is incoming. We're doing it this year. I wanted to do it last year, and then I just stayed here.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice too. Yeah. Alright. Is there anything else you think, feel, or want to say? And the answer to this can be no. I'm just saying.
No, I think I'm good.
Nice.
I think I said everything I needed to say.
Beautiful. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
It was really fun. Please come back.
Of course, I will be back. I have to be back.
Yeah, we need a feedback session.
We need a part 2.
Exactly. Yeah. Sick. Listen to yourself talk to me on Friday in 5 days. It's gonna be great. Yeah. And thank you guys for listening. Follow Geraldine on Instagram. And follow the podcast, follow me, whatever, I don't know. Tell me how you like it, because I saw that a lot of people listen to the podcast, like way more people than I thought would. But like I think I got like a full like 5 people like telling me that they liked it, and the rest was like, I'm just gonna pretend it wasn't me. I see you.
I see you.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day, night, evening, whatever. Okay, bye.